plots are another way we can display data. And the purpose of a box and whisker plot is to divide a set of data into 4 parts. So what we're going to be doing to create a box and whisker plot is finding a whole bunch of medians. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to find what's called the second quartile, the median of the data set, and it's going to break it up into 2 parts, the lower half and the upper half. Again, I apologize for the little black screen there. The first quartile is going to be the median of the lower half. So once you break it up into 2 halves, you're going to find a median again of just the first half, and then a median of the second half, of the upper half. So when you plot box and whisker plots, and we'll do an example and this will make more sense, but you're going to be looking for 5 points. Your first, second, and third quartiles. And keeping in mind that the second quartile is the original median. And then you also need the least and greatest numbers. So let's look at an example so you can kind of understand and get a feel for what a quartile is. Keep in mind though, box and whisker plot's whole job is to divide a set of data into 4 parts. So if you look at this data here, 39, 32, 27, 42, 21, 35, and 38, part A here says find the first, second, and third quartiles of the data. These are medians. This is the second quartile as our original median. So the first thing we need to do is write our data in order. So if you look at this, our smallest number is 21, 27, 32, 35, 38, 39, and 42. Now, is it important to put the data in order? Absolutely. Remember, median basically is the middle number of the data set when the numbers are written in order. So this data set includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. So if we divide 7 by 2, we'd get like 3.5. So that means there's going to be 3 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can see that our median number is going to be 35. Again, if it was an even numbered data set, you take the 2 middle numbers, add them together, and divide by 2. So our second quartile is 35. Now our first and third quartiles are the median of the lower half and the upper half. This is my lower half. Everything to the left of the median. So whatever number is your median, anything to the left of it. And if you look for the middle number there, the middle number there is 27. That's our first quartile. And if you look over here, the upper half, our third quartile is going to be the median number there. Okay, so our second quartile is the original median. Our first quartile is the median of the lower half, and our third quartile is the median of the upper half. Now, how are we going to use these to draw a box and whisker plot? It's very important to realize that for a box and whisker plot, you must have a number line, because we're breaking data up into 4 parts, and we want to see how those 4 parts are distributed. So you can't just put random numbers down here or just use the numbers you're given. You actually have to use a number line. So if I'm looking at my data here, I'm going from like 21 to 42. So maybe I'd make this 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and this would of course be 45. Okay, and you could write these in if you'd like. But you want to make sure that your number line encompasses the whole, all the data, all the numbers. Okay. Now remember I said you need 5 data points. First, second, third quartiles, got that. And then your least and greatest numbers. We can get that as well. Once the numbers are in order, it's really easy to find the least and greatest. 21 is the smallest, 42 is the biggest. So what you do is below your number line, you plot these points, where they fall in the number line. Okay, again, notice I didn't just start with 21 here and 27 and 32. I created a true number line, and now I'm going to plot the points underneath. So 21 would be about here. So I'm going to put a 21 and I'll write 21 underneath it, leaving myself some space. We're going to plot the 5 points here. 27 is going to fall about right here. So I'm going to make another dot to represent 27. 35 is a third point we're going to plot because that's our second quartile. So right under the 35. 39 would come right about here. And 42 right about here. Okay, so why are we putting these points in? Now what we're going to do is make our box and our whiskers. You are going to draw a box between your first and third quartiles. So this is my first quartile, this is my third quartile. I'm just going to draw a box, a rectangle. Notice that my dots come like in the middle of the sides. We are going to put a line through the middle, through the median. Not the middle of the box, but wherever we marked our median. And then we'll draw our whiskers to our points out to the side. Box and whiskers. Now, again, to draw a box and whisker plot, you need 5 points. Your 3 quartiles and your least and greatest numbers. You plot those numbers under a number line, and you can see how the data is distributed. Breaks it up into 4 parts. What that means is that 1/4 of our numbers lie between 21 and 27. 1/4 of our numbers lie between 39 and 42. Notice this line isn't quite so stretched out, but there's still 1/4 of the data, or 1/4 of the numbers in each of these whiskers. Each of these boxes here, also 1/4, which means all together, this represents half of the data. So we know that half of our numbers lie between 27 and 39, 1/4 lie between 39 and 42, and 1/4 lie between 21 and 27. Okay, this is how you create a box and whisker plot. Draw a number line, take the 5 points you found, plot them underneath the number line, draw your box and your whiskers.